keeps control for Thompson. Pass for Stevens, wide open underneath in the basket. Great pass.
Backs down, now kicks out, up top to the left side, Caden Dahl. Dahl hesitates, then takes the three and knocks it home good. Dahl to get the turn. Carr trying to keep those legs underneath, then Cassette gets him down, and there's the pin.
Rebounded by Kendra Severson. Severson, here comes Bevins back the other way. Bevins, little contact, roll it in, good for Elena Bevins, and we're tied.
Through and Zeller with an excuse me bump, and here goes Semp for takeoff.
Halsted Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a good Saturday morning inside the Fargo Dome. This is the final day of the 2024 North Dakota State Wrestling Tournament for both the boys and the girls. And welcome to Dual Day here at the Dome. This is our pregame show brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve. Go online to IrieInsurance.com to get a free quote started today. The broadcast of this tournament game has been authorized with special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. Taking a look at our coverage here on YourLiveEvent.com, we will follow simultaneously here this morning the Lisbon Broncos going up against Kenmare Bowbells Burke Central. That'll be on the Class B dual side. Brent Dick will have the coverage for you there. Here on the Class A side, we will follow the Central Cass Squirrel Boys, and then on the girls side, we will follow Central Cass Girls as well. The bracket for the 2024 state dual tournament looks like this. Number 1 seed from the West, Bismarck High, a team that's won 4 straight and 18 duels since its inception in North Dakota, 18 dual championships. They've either finished first or second every year. So Central Cass against Bismarck High. Also in the top half of the bracket features Fargo Davies against Dickinson. Davies the 2 from the East, Dickinson the 3 from the West. Then you have the East number 1 seed West Fargo Cheyenne against the 4 seed from the West in Bismarck Century. And Williston Devils Lake will round out the boys bracket. We will start at 285 pounds at heavyweight. And then in the consolation semis and the semifinals, 107. Then into the championship and placing matches, it'll be at 114 pounds. There is no 7th place duel in Class A. So if you lose 2, you're done. If you're able to at least win 1, you know you're for surely going to place in the top 6. And then from there, try to keep on moving forward. The girls' side of things, the Central Cass Squirrels will be the number 1 overall seed from the East, going up against Dickinson at 11:30. They will also start at heavyweight. Then also on their side of the bracket, Bismarck High and the Fargo Stingers. This is the 2024 North Dakota State Wrestling Tournament. We'll take a quick break after this and get you ready for some more wrestling as we get set for the Demons and the Squirrels duel here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hi, this is Chrissy Thompson from the Hillsborough and Central Valley School District, reminding you that ethics, integrity, and respect are values important to our daily lives. In our sporting events, educational lessons, and lifetime values taught by school activities. Remember that one simple word, sportsmanship. It's how you play the game. This message is from the Hillsborough and Central Valley School Districts.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Manage what you can to overcome what you cannot. Farming is all about preparing your operation to be successful when given an opportunity. Invest a few minutes and bring in your seed meters to be reconditioned and calibrated. We have some room, so give us a call and we can help you overcome those simple obstacles. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
You finally found the perfect car in racing blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
River's Edge Insurance Agency Halsted, 218-456-2172.
Keep going, more.
Full Service Foods in Hillsboro provides contract packaging and private label foods for your local and regional retail stores. Full Service Foods is a leader in the upper Midwest for less than truckload quantities for contract manufactured sauces and dressings. They are a privately held company with a reputation for quality and customer service. Full Service Foods is proud to be in Hillsboro and bringing employment opportunities to the area. Find out more at FullServiceFoods.com. Full Service Foods of Hillsboro, proud to support this community event.
High school state wrestling tournament here today. Our coverage of high school athletics continues here later this morning as well on the Minnesota side with the Pine to Prairie Boys and Girls Basketball Championships at 10 at noon and 2 respectively. And then coming up on Monday, we will get to the Region 1 and Region 2 girls basketball tournaments. Region 2 up at Mayville State, Region 1 on the campus of North Dakota State at the Shack. Again, go to yourliveevent.com for more broadcasts and game schedules throughout the upcoming weeks and into the month of March. And then from there, you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel by searching Your Live Event. So we will have formats going on the Class A boys side, formats going on the Class B boys side, and then our bracket schedule looks like this moving forward throughout today here from the Fargodome. At 11:30, it'll be the girls dual quarterfinals. They will be on mats 3 through 6, and then we'll have the Class B boys consolation duels also at the same time. Class A at 11:30 on mats 1 and 2, Class B on mats 7 and 8. At 1 o'clock, it'll be the girls duels and consolation semis at the same time in the middle mats. And then it'll be the A-boy duels semis and the B-boy dual semis as well. That'll be at 1. At 2:30, it'll be all placing matches between the girls and the boys on all 8 mats. And then at 4 o'clock, it'll be the championships with the A, B, and the girls duels at 4:30. So barring what the outcome of Central Cass is on the boys' side here, they could either wrestle again at 1 if they're able to get to the semifinals, or they would wrestle at 11:30 if they fall against Bismarck. If they fall against Bismarck, we will have a simultaneous coverage of the girls' Central Cass duel and the boys' Central Cass duel at 11:30. From there, the girls will for surely wrestle at 11:30 and 1, and then potentially 2:30 for placing or 4 o'clock for the championship. For the boys, if they go 0-2, they will be done. If they're able to win one of those, then they will be going at least to a 2:30 placing match bare minimum. And if they're able to go 2-0 and make the championship, they would wrestle at 4 o'clock as well. So it'll be a little bit of a helter-skelter schedule. And once we know more after the conclusion of our first couple of duels on the Lisbon Broncos side, they will wrestle at 10, 11:30 with a loss for the boys, 1 o'clock with a win. And then if they're able to win again, they would wrestle at 4 o'clock. So that's a look at your match schedule here on yourliveevent.com. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve. Go to Irie Insurance. They cover it all from home, auto, crop, commercial, and benefits insurance. Again, go to IrieInsurance.com to get a free quote started today. So going on, we will have the Class B boys quickly taking a look at their respective bracket across the way here, as the Lisbon Broncos going up against the Kenmare Bowbells Burke Central units. And then from there, also on the boys wrestling side for the dual tournament, they will have the 2 seed again, Kenmare Bowbells, going up against Lisbon, the 2 seed that is, against Kenmare Bowbells. The 3 seed is South Border against New Salem Almont. Bottom half of the bracket, Velva against Carrington, and then Northern Lights against Killdeer in the 4-5 matchups. That's a look at your B duels bracket as well. That does it for our pregame show, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. When we come back after this, we'll start to get to wrestling for Central Cass boys duel against the Bismarck Demons. First time that Central Cass competed in Class A in wrestling, and they were able to make it to state as a team duel, coming with a hard charge in the last month of the regular season to get there, going up against the team that has been well established in the Bismarck High Demons. Again, they've made the state championship on the dual side every year since 2001, and they won 18 of them, including 4 straight. That does it for our pregame show. Starting lineups and alongside the first duel of the day is next here on yourliveevent.com.
Even as a kid, I knew I wanted to be part of Polar Communications because they have such a long history of taking care of their employees.
I'm grateful that we get to work with great people every day, and I get to go home at the end of the day knowing that what we did for the day matters.
It's a great place to be part of a team and feel like you're achieving so much more than just answering a phone call. Polar is more than that. Polar is family.
Dakota Heritage Bank, serving you with 10 locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but they can also help with auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help you with your banking needs. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
As they are going through the announcements here, as our color guard is making its way onto the floor, as they are going through the respective announcements and introductions of the teams that are competing here today on both the B side and on the Class A side. Again, we'll get to our American Crystal Sugar starting lineups throughout this broadcast, seeing if there's some different tweaking as you get to look at your opposition starting lineup and see if you maybe move a kid up on a weight class. There's always that cat and mouse game when it comes to the coaches taking a look at it. Then also what's the cat and mouse game is to see where the score is later on. You might have a wrestler that just doesn't go out there and wrestle. They just might forfeit because the points doesn't matter at a particular juncture, especially if someone had to go through a lot of wrestlebacks yesterday, try to keep them fresh for a little bit later on in the day. That might be in the semis or possibly a placing duel as well. So those are some of the things that we will continue to monitor throughout our coverage here today on yourliveevent.com. And they are done now with the starting lineups here and going through the respective teams on who are squaring off with one another. The color guard has made its way to Matt. They will present our nation's colors coming up around the corner, which means we will get to a quick break, and when we come back after this, we'll get to some wrestling between the Central Cass Squirrels and Bismarck High Demons in the quarterfinals of the Class A Boys Dual Tournament.
The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters is a group of parents, coaches, and community members whose mission is to enrich the Lisbon High School athletic community by providing financial support for Lisbon High School athletic programs and events. If you are interested in getting involved, they invite you to join the Bronco Athletic Booster Group on Facebook to learn more. The Lisbon Athletic Boosters send a good luck wish to all athletes competing today.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
Goose River Bank is here for the communities we serve, building relationships that last a lifetime. Serving the strong Red River Valley and beyond, we are your neighbors, friends, and family, committed to providing everything from everyday personal banking to loans for your farm or business. Visit one of our locations in Mayville, Hillsborough, or Hatton, or reach out and we'll happily come to you, because it's the neighborly thing to do. Goose River Bank, strong bank, strong communities.
Hillsborough Drug and Gift is your area full-service pharmacy with prescription and over-the-counter medications, cough, cold, and flu medications, health and beauty items, and more. They offer mail-out service and free delivery in Hillsborough and Halstead. And remember, you can now text Hillsborough Drug anytime for your prescription refills at 701-636-5231. There's always something new with a great selection of seasonal items, gifts, and cards for all occasions at Hillsborough Drug and Gift. They're always happy to help you, and they thank you for your business at Hillsborough Drug and Gift.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
The Hillsborough Vets Club thanks you for your support of their activities and events. Stop in and to check out their new menu. Enjoy the Vets Club appetizers every Wednesday from 5 till 7. And as I've said many times, they have the best roasted chicken around. Enjoy roasted chicken every Saturday from 5:30 till 7:30. Get there early because sometimes it's gone early because it is the best roasted chicken. Fries and coleslaw also available with this meal every Saturday. Dine in or take out. The Hillsborough Vets Club.
As we get you ready here for this quarterfinal dual match between the number 1 overall seed from the West and the Bismarck High Demons and the Central Cass Squirrels, the 4 seed from the East. They were able to make a late charge in the last couple weeks of the regular season with their backs on the line. Essentially could not lose an EDC match, able to get to this particular outcome here today and able to make it to their respective championship or the state tournament with a chance to make it to the championship here as they have their coin tosses. For the Central Cass Squirrels, they'll be out in their singlets, white up top with squirrels in the middle in red with the gray bottoms, while for Bismarck, they'll have Bismarck out in gray with that maroon in front with the Demons on the back in gray with the maroon stripe down the line here as we go to a 285 pounds Aiden Schlafman here from Bismarck going up against Jennings Cooney here from the Central Cass Squirrels, part of our American Crystal Sugar starting lineups. Live the sweet life with great quality products. Grow our own, that is crystalsugar.com. So it'll be a fast-moving, frenetic pace. We'll keep you updated what's also going on with Bismarck, Century, West Fargo, Cheyenne and Company, as well as there's a 2-point takedown here early here for the Bismarck High Demons. Here at the heavyweight class. Has a 2-point takedown for Schlafman here. Aiden working on top of Jennings. 30 seconds here on mat number 4. As trying to get back to his base is Cooney able to do so, but it's 3 near fall points coming for Aiden Schlafman. So Aiden Schlafman right now continues to work that arm bar a little bit on Jennings as he continues to ride up top. 60 seconds into this first period. Starting again at the heavyweight and cutting him loose. There was Aiden with Jennings to make it now 5-1 as Aiden will be looking for another 2-point takedown, able to get it. There's the 2-point takedown. Now we'll be working with back points coming. In a pinning position here is Aiden. He does have a 2-point takedown with some near fall points coming, but Aiden trying to finish off right now with the fall, and he's able to do so at 36 seconds into the first period. Aiden Schlafman from Bismarck High able to pick up 16 points here with Jennings Cooney again on the pin. So 6-0 Bismarck High on our Golden Harvest Tim Kazette Seed Sales scoreboard. From here we'll go to 107 pounds. Go from the heavyweight to now the lightweight in this division. Cade Newsma from Bismarck High going up against John Call from Central Cass. So Bismarck High starting with a fall to begin things off. Newsma and Call sprawling out with one another, and eventually a 2-point takedown coming here for Newsma. Newsma working John Call to the edge of the match here, and it will be a 2-point takedown upcoming here for Newsma, and that's all that it will be. All 8 mats in session right now with the 4B boys and the 4A boys as well going on. The girls will join the fray at 11:30 here this morning, where Central Cass goes up against the Dickinson Midgets. John Call trying to get back to his base here. Call against Kane Newsma. As Newsma works on top here as they restart. Also, before they restarted, a caution call came against Cade Nusma. Nusma trying to work that headlock against John Call. That's Call trying his best to spin out of it. But Nusma has that grip around that waist and just not letting it go as they continue to roll across the way. Now in that headlock into a little bit of a cradle here for Cade Nusma against Call. Bismarck High looking for their second fall here of this duel. As this continues to work on the edge of the mat, is Call trying to get to the very edge of the mat here as they will call it off, but 3 near fall points coming here for Cade Nusma. So Call did a really good job understanding the situation that he was at, where he was on the edge of the mat, able to bring his body and Cade Nusma's body off to get back to a reset as Call will start in the down position, but down 5-0 right now at 107 pounds. The team score 6-0 for the Bismarck High Demons. So Nusma back in the top position here against Call. Call sprawling out to a little bit of his base as Nusma trying to work a little bit of that right shoulder down on Call. 35 seconds left in this first period. Coming across, is getting back to his base as Call as he gets up to his knees now. For Call, he'll try to go from his knees into a standing position and try to see if he can get the 1 point escape, but coming across is going to be Nusma. Nusma picking up some near fall points here. Nusma continues to add on to his lead with 10 seconds here in the first period as Call is able to get back to his stomach for a moment. Nusma trying to bring him back down to get a pin, but that's how we'll end our first period. 3 more near fall points coming here for Cade Nusma, and it's the Bismarck High Demons with Nusma after 1 period with a 8-0 advantage over John Call of Central Cass. So for Nusma right now, he will go back into the top position here against Call, able to work Call over right off the bat. Got that arm bar across. Now trying to spread Call out a little bit. This Call's doing his best to get off the situation, but there's going to be another fall coming here for the Bismarck High Demons with Nusma with 1:44 left in the second period. It'll be now a 12-0 team score on our Golden Harvest Tim Kazette Seat Sales scoreboard as Cade Nusma wins via the fall over John Call here from Central Cass. Now to a 114 pounds as the other 3 Class A quarterfinals are still at the heavyweight at 285. So for the Bismarck High Demons and the Central Cass Squirrels, they will go to 114 pounds. Carter Savvy here of Central Cass going up against Colton Ireland here from Bismarck High. Savvy going in for a single leg shot. Ireland able to fend it off as now they continue to change some levels. Another single leg shot here for Savvy. Savvy able to pick up the left knee of Ireland, trying to bring Ireland down, but every time he grabs that knee, Ireland able to get right back to a neutral position. As they're working right in front of the scores table here, as Ireland trying to get the 2-point takedown now on Savvy and able to do so. Ireland working with near fall points, as he will get at least a couple near fall points coming here. As getting back to his stomach is going to be Carter Savvy. So 2-point takedown with 2 near fall points as they work to the edge of the mat. It's now 4-0 Ireland over Carter Savvy. Team score again 12-0 in favor of the Bismarck High Demons. As across the way, Dickinson and Fargo Davies. It's a 3-0 advantage here for Dickinson after the heavyweights. Colton Ireland continues to work here on Savvy after they get back into their starting position. Has the chicken wing in a little bit on the right-handed side. Now able to spin Carter Savvy across. Ireland trying to get the fall, but Savvy trying to roll out of it. Now it's into a cradle here for Ireland. He got 3 near fall points coming in. Ireland looking to add to it as Ireland will get now 2 near fall points as he's still trying to work that cradle a little bit here against Carter Savvy, up 9-0 with 20 seconds left in this first period. So Carter Savvy as Central Cass has been very defensive here as Ireland trying to continue to work on top of Savvy. Now brings that arm bar across the back of his back. And Ireland working Savvy a little bit into the mat with 2 seconds with 1, and they get the pin on the last 2 seconds of the period. Colton Ireland from Bismarck High makes it a 18-0 team score with the win over Savvy. Got to take down a couple near fall points added to it, and eventually one via the fall here. Colton Ireland and the Bismarck High Demons showing you why they're the number 1 seed from the West right now, as they have a 18-0 advantage here in this team duel as we go to 121 pounds. All the other scores at 3-0 respectively, 9-0 for Dickinson over Fargo Davies. As they're getting our next wrestlers at 121 pounds checked in to the mat. As Travis Lamar comes across the way to make sure everything is kosher and into the track wrestling. Again, this is our North Dakota State Wrestling coverage here on YourLiveEvent.com. As they're coming through now and asking the Bismarck High Demon coaches to see if they got everything in the proper position here when it comes to the weight classes. And you look at this weight class just from the roster position here for Bismarck High, you'd be looking at a Caden Egberg unless there is someone else coming in. While for Central Cass again would be Ben Quitschreiber. As that's exactly what we will have. Caden for Bismarck and Ben for Central Cass as we get this 121-pound weight class underway again. 18-0 Bismarck High out in front on our Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. Quitschreiber here trying to get the single leg kick against Egberg. Caden spin around with Ben here as neither has gotten the knee or the leg down to the mat. Trying to change some levels as there's some hand fighting going on, and now both get back to a neutral position here 30 seconds into this first period. Caden Egberg bluffs a shot. Ben Quitschreiber right now, a little defensive, but now he goes at Caden, trying to get that arm locked up. Both the wrestlers get back to the center of the mat. 50 seconds into this first period, still scoreless between these two. As Central Cass will be looking for their first points of this one with Quitschreiber, but Egberg able to throw Quitschreiber up and then down. Doesn't finish the takedown, though. Has to come across and move those hips around to get the 2-point takedown as you have Quitschreiber trying to hold the left ankle of Egberg as best as possible. And Egberg now a little bit in the headlock with Quitschreiber as Quitschreiber puts Egberg onto his back, and some near fall points have come in here for Central Cass. Quitschreiber looking for the potential pin, but then coming across on the 2-point reversal will be Egberg. So it's 4-0 Quitschreiber with a 2-point takedown and 2 near fall points. And Egberg able to get the reversal and come right back to be trailing it now 4-2 with 15 seconds left here in this first period. As right now this has been the best back and forth that we've seen between these two programs here at 121 pounds. Egberg riding on top here on Quitschreiber, as that's how we'll end our first period. So after one period at 121 pounds, from Central Cass, Quitschreiber with a 4-2 advantage. As Fargo Davies gets on the board via the fall, now trails it 6-9 against the Dickinson Midgets as they make their way to 121 pounds as well. As we'll have a stalling here to start this second period, a couple seconds in. As working at top is Quitschreiber. Quitschreiber trying to grab the top here of Egberg as Egberg trying to get back to his base. trying to bring down Egberg here is Quickschreiber. Quickschreiber continues to work the headlock a little bit here as Egberg is trying to get out underneath the grasp of Quickschreiber in the center of the mat. Egberg started on the bottom position here as Quickschreiber continues to have the grasp right now of Egberg. Egberg trying to get out of the left hand of Quickschreiber right now. As Quickschreiber. And we'll have a potentially dangerous move here, we will. And 1 point will be allotted to Egberg on the penalty. So you got a point for stalling, or a stalling warning here on Quickschreiber, and then a penalty awarded here for Egberg to make it now 4-3. Egberg gets the 1 point escape, and now we're tied at 4 apiece. Back to a neutral position in the center of the mat. Egberg went for a single leg shot blocked there by Quickschreiber. Quickschreiber and Egberg continue to work in the middle of the mat. As right now there's a chance for a 2 point takedown. There's a 2 point takedown for Egberg. Got the single leg shot, now working near fall points into a pinning position here as Egberg works across on Quickschreiber with 39 seconds left in the second period. There's the fall. Caden Egberg with that single leg shot gets a 2 point takedown into the fall here, and now the team score on our Golden Harvest Tim Gazette Seed Sales scoreboard is 24-0 as Egberg becomes the 4th straight Bismarck High Demon to win via the fall over the Central Cass Squirrels. And for Central Cass, they will make their way now to 127 pounds, along with Bismarck High. At 127 pounds comes the 4th place from Central Cass and Brady Peterson going up against Ben DeForest here from Bismarck High. As you have Brady Peterson working against DeForest here, right in front of the coach's box of Central Cass. As Brady and Ben both working on the bottom of the mat. As DeForest goes in for a shot on Peterson, Brady did a good job fending that one off. As we'll have a whistle from across the other mat. Both the wrestlers just kind of froze. So they will restart in the neutral position here with 34 seconds into this first period. Brady sees Ben DeForest going for that left knee. Brady able to stop it. Now kind of splatling out a little bit. And then a quick 2 point takedown here for Ben DeForest as they work to the edge of the mat. So DeForest able to get 2 points here against Central Cass as Peterson goes into the bottom position. As DeForest will work in the up position here. Bismarck High with the team score again 24-0 after 4 weight classes. DeForest able to work that right ankle on Peterson. Peterson trying his best to escape to the edge of the mat here. As DeForest continues to ride on top here of Peterson. DeForest trying to see if he can get Peterson to roll from his stomach towards his back, as Peterson's kind of sprawled out right now on the just off the center of the mat. Also DeForest working a little bit on that arm as he's got Brady's arm cut across on the bottom of his chest right now. 15 seconds here in this first period as DeForest continue to ride out Peterson. As we will head to the second period, a 2 point takedown for Ben DeForest at Bismarck High is the difference right now. 2-0 DeForest over Peterson at 127 pounds as we go to period number 2. For Brady Peterson in the Central Cass Squirrels, he will start in the up position as DeForest will be in the down position to begin this second period. Peterson trying to work a crossface. DeForest able to fend it off. DeForest gets back to his base, and there's the 1-point escape. So DeForest with a 3-0 advantage. As Peterson and DeForest again work on the bottom of the mat. Peterson trying to get the headlock of DeForest. DeForest comes across as they spin out of it. As now will be a 2-point takedown for DeForest right at the edge of the mat here against Peterson. So 2 points upcoming here for DeForest to make it now 5-0, 40 seconds into this second period. As they continue to work on the edge of the mat here with DeForest. Just continue to ride Peterson. Peterson with 60 seconds left in this second period as they go off the edge of the mat here, and we will have it with 58 seconds remaining here in this second period with DeForest and Peterson. DeForest here for the Bismarck High Demons, a junior. All for Peterson, the senior, here for the Central Cass Squirrels this season. As right now, Peterson trying to get out of the clasp of DeForest, but DeForest does a good job working that right arm into the back. Now tries to get Peterson into a little bit more of a chicken wing with 35 seconds left in the second period. As DeForest trying to get the left ankle now of Peterson grasping across. We've seen DeForest go back to this move a couple of times as Peterson continues to sprawl out with 15 seconds left here in the second period. Right now it'll be a decision win here for Bismarck High if no more points come across for the remainder. But we go to the third period, it'll be 5-0. DeForest and Bismarck High out in front. As we will see Central Cass and Bismarck High continue here with DeForest and Peterson in the neutral position to open a third period. Peterson trails it by 5. Doesn't want to give up 3 more points to make it a major decision win, but there's a 2-point takedown here for DeForest on Peterson as Peterson continues to work on the bottom of the mat. As DeForest trying to get Peterson back to his base and see if he can roll him over. As DeForest does a good job riding now Peterson with 80 seconds remaining in this third period. As DeForest trying to work a little crossface as Peterson is going to get called for a stalling warning here for Central Cass, and if there is another point awarded to Bismarck, it would be a major decision if Peterson is unable to get a point in his own right here for the Squirrels. As Peterson trying to roll out of it, DeForest comes back across as Peterson gets back to his base. 50 seconds remaining in the third period as DeForest is trying to bring Brady back down to the mat. As you have DeForest here continuing to work on top of Peterson with 30 seconds remaining on the near side of the mat. DeForest is going to let and cut loose Peterson, that goes in for a single leg shot, trying to get the 2-point takedown as we will go to the edge of the mat here. It's 7-1, the advantage here for Ben DeForest after he cut Peterson loose. So DeForest will be looking for a 2-point takedown to get that major decision win. Peterson will see if he goes for a single leg shot. There's the single leg here for DeForest. Peterson able to do a good job to defend it right now with 9 seconds remaining here in the period as Peterson trying to work up top here on DeForest. And that's how we'll end the third period. So it'll be a decision win. 3 points coming to Bismarck High. Ben DeForest with a 7-1 win over Brady Peterson. And the Bismarck High Demons will go up now 27-0 on our Golden Harvest Tim Kazette Seed Sales scoreboard as we get to the middle part of our duel now here on the Class A quarterfinals. As we get to a 130 133 pounds. 133 pounds, Grady Link from the Central Cass Squirrels going up against Brandon Halverson here from Bismarck High. That's again at 133 pounds. As Link and Halverson, a couple of hand fights. Halverson looking to work up top now, goes in for that single leg shot, able to bring Grady Link down to the mat, but Link working now with the headlock here of Halverson. There will be a 2-point takedown for Halverson as he able to bring Grady Link down to his stomach and complete the move. Link sprawling around on the bottom of the mat as Halverson is doing a good job of just continuing to work that right shoulder a little bit on Link. As Grady Link now trying to get back to his 4-point base, but when he does, Halverson just putting the weight on Link's back and not allowing him to get back up to his base. As Grady continues to be on the bottom of the mat, as we've seen a lot of Central Cass wrestlers so far having to try to play a little more defense than offense here in this duel. As Link able to get back to his knees, but as he is bringing himself to the knees, Halverson comes across the way, and now you're going to have a near fall points coming as a takedown potentially will be making its way with a takedown, and now trying to get some chance in a pinning position here is Halverson, as Halverson working the shoulder blades here of Grady Link with 30 seconds remaining in this first period, as Brendan Halverson is trying his best to keep this one going across the way. Link trying to avoid to get the pin here, as Halverson will earn the fall here for the Bismarck High Demons with 16 seconds remaining in the period. It's Bismarck 33-0. So at 133 pounds again, Halverson defeats Grady Link of Central Cass via the fall as we go to 139 pounds on our Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. It'll be the 139-pound weight class now between Peyton Lamar of Central Cass and Hudson Egberg here of Bismarck High. Going in for a shot there is Peyton Lamar. Lamar continues to work that knee against Hudson. As Peyton Lamar rolls into the middle of the mat right now, working up top for a 2-point takedown. So for the Central Cass Squirrels, they get 2 points here, and for the first time with one of their wrestlers against a Bismarck High Demon wrestler working out in front is Peyton Lamar trying to get that cradle coming across here on Hudson, and then we'll have a potentially dangerous after that. So 39 seconds into the period, Peyton Lamar able to get a 2-point takedown here for the Central Cass Squirrels. As they'll work in the down position with Egberg. Egberg trying to get out of the grasp of Lamar. Lamar able to go to a single leg here as continuing to earn his balance is Hudson as they go 360 around the mat in the center. And now Lamar gets Egberg down to mat, trying to finish with a 2-point takedown. But Egberg does a good job not allowing Lamar to finish that move as they continue to grasp it along. Egberg gets back to a standing position, trying to get out of the hands here of Peyton Lamar. Lamar goes back to that ankle, trying to get that second leg down as well. As now Egberg will be working on top of Peyton. Peyton continue to hold in the grasp of that right knee, and there's a 2-point reversal upcoming here for Egberg. So Egberg ties it up at 2 apiece as they work to the center, and then eventually off to the mid-center of the mat here. Tied at 2 at 139 pounds. As Peyton Lamar will be in the down position here against Hudson Egberg. Hudson trying to get out of the grasp of Peyton Lamar here as Lamar gets to the outside of the mat with 13 seconds remaining in period number 1. Still tied at 2 as they're nearly in a stalemate right now. As Egberg works on top, but Peyton Lamar just not allowing Egberg to turn him over, as we'll finish the first period. At 139 pounds, tied at 2 apiece between Peyton Lamar and Hudson Egberg here of Bismarck High and Central Cass. As Egberg will work in the down position, as Peyton Lamar will start in the top position here for the Squirrels. As Lamar sees Egberg and will cut him loose here, so Egberg with a 3-2 advantage. After Lamar just going to get a good grasp there, and Egberg just cut him loose, and they get back to a neutral position. As you'll see, Egberg grasping at that left shoulder a little bit of Lamar. Lamar able to get that defense to come across the way. As they continue to work in the center of the mat, trying to get a single leg shot here as Egberg now trying to swipe at the leg of Lamar. Lamar able to back up a little bit here with 70 seconds remaining in the second period as Lamar going for a double. Egberg comes across the way trying to roll over Lamar here, and he's able to get a two-point takedown. Two-point takedown coming for Hudson Egberg here for Bismarck High with a 5-2 advantage. 50 seconds remaining in this second period. As Lamar is sprawled out across the center of the mat here as Hudson Egberg now works with the cradle, has that leg across. Egberg looking for the fall, able to get it with 33 seconds here in the second period. Hudson Egberg wins via the fall over Peyton Lamar here. And for the Bismarck High Demons, they now take a 39-0 advantage on the team side as we go to the final 6 weight classes. As we work our way up to 145 pounds. We started at the heavyweight with Aiden Schulman here of Bismarck High against Jennings Hooney here from Central Cass, and Schulman earned the fall. Is now at 152 pounds. Or, excuse me, at 145 pounds. Landon McMahon of Bismarck High going up against Hunter Parisian of Central Cass. As McMahon working the headlock here, Parisian gets a 2-point takedown. As McMahon, we'll see Parisian get back to his base. And then we'll have a potentially dangerous as we'll start in the down position now for Parisian against Landon McMahon. For McMahon, against Parisian, able to get a 1-point escape for Hunter to make it now 2-1 in favor of Landon McMahon. Lisbon Broncos well on in front against Kenmare. Bullbells, Burke Central 48-12 on the Class B side. And we'll see a 2-point takedown here with Landon McMahon. As Parisian trying to get the 2-point reversal, but McMahon able to throw the armbar across, now work up top. 50 seconds here in this first period, working on the side of the mat on the very edge. Here's McMahon against Parisian. As McMahon just kind of trying to bury the face of Parisian in the mat here. As Parisian tries to spin out of it. McMahon riding on top of Parisian. 2 takedowns, 4 points here for McMahon. 1 point with the escape coming at 120. As they roll off to the edge of the mat here with 23 seconds remaining in the first period. Again, starting in the down position will be Parisian against Landon McMahon. As McMahon trying to space his way across here on Parisian. Looking to get some near fall points with 10 seconds remaining here in the period. Now McMahon with the headlock here on Parisian. 3 near fall points coming, and that's how we'll end our first period. So after 1 period, it's Landon McMahon 7, Hunter Parisian 1. as we go to the second period. And we'll start in the neutral position here. Bismarck High has won via the fall in every weight class so far outside of the 127. Ben DeForest won via the decision over Peterson 7-1. And right now Landon McMahon with this current score would take a major decision with a 2-point takedown here on Parisian to open the second period. As he's got that left arm or that right arm all locked up here as Parisian try not to get rolled over as McMahon is looking to roll Parisian across the mat here and get him back to some near fall points. As Parisian right now sees McMahon working to the back. They spin around in the center of the mat. Parisian gets back to his base, gets back to a standing position, and McMahon throws him back down to the mat with 60 seconds remaining here in the second period. McMahon continues to put the pressure on Parisian with his body and his weight on top. As Parisian able to get back to his knees. 40 seconds remaining here in the second period. McMahon trying to bring Parisian down to the mat here and see if he can spin him around. Good job for Parisian to get back to the edge of the mat and not allow that move to continue. So 20 seconds remaining here in the second period. It's still McMahon with a 9-1 advantage as he's working a little crossface right now on Hunter Parisian. As they get to the final 5 seconds here of the second, Parisian trying to muscle out an escape while trying to get the headlock. Here is McMahon, and will end the second period at a 9-1 advantage here for Landon McMahon over Hunter Parisian. So 9-1 going to the third period. And for McMahon, he will start in the top position. As you will have Hunter Parisian in the bottom position here for the Central Cass Squirrels. As Parisian right now gets to his base against McMahon. Landon McMahon works on top here of Hunter Parisian. Trying to get the reversal here. But Parisian just can't get out of the grasp of Landon McMahon. Every time Parisian gets kind of to his knees a little bit and tries to work up a little bit more on his base, McMahon just continues to put his weight right back on top of the back and bring him right back down the mat or finish with a takedown. As right now McMahon trying to get into a cradle position here against Parisian. Parisian able to get that right leg out of it for a moment, but now McMahon goes right back to it. Has a good lock-in right now against the Parisian. Near fall points coming. 3 near fall points will be awarded to Landon McMahon, but McMahon is trying to go for the fall. Parisian doing a good job trying to scramble out of it as best he can, but Landon McMahon continues to have that right knee locked in against Parisian. So there will be 3 near fall points awarded here for McMahon of Bismarck High. 12-1 with 35 seconds remaining here in the third period. As McMahon continues to work on top of Parisian, this would be a major decision win at this point. Unless McMahon's able to win via the fall or tech fall and get 4 more points. Parisian right now working on the bottom as McMahon just trying not to allow Parisian to try to throw a move against him with the final 10 seconds here of this match. As McMahon will pick up the major decision with a 12-1 win at 145 pounds. This will be via the major decision as the winner here for the Bismarck High Demons as they take a 43-0 lead now over the Central Cass Squirrels on the Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. And take a look at all the points that's remaining. Bismarck High will advance to the semifinals while Central Cass will have simultaneous wrestling with the girls and the boys at 11:30 here later today. As Central Cass will go at 11:30 and try to contend for 5th, while Bismarck High will be one step closer to making it back to the state championship yet again every year since 2001. Going to 152 pounds now, Aiden Thummel here for Central Cass going up against Devin Halverson of the Bismarck High Demons. Going for a single leg shot is Halverson, trying to get Aiden Thummel down to the mat. Right now has Aiden back to that single, trying to get that second hand around, get that double down. Halverson is able to bring Thummel down, but Thummel is able to get back to his butt now, trying to work the reverse here for Central Cass. As they're both locked right now, you have Thummel around the left knee of Halverson as they work back up top to a neutral position here on the near side of the mat. Halverson goes back for a single leg. Has Thummel in a 90-degree position right now with his left and right leg. And they'll work off the mat here with 60 seconds remaining in the first period. We're still scoreless here at 152 pounds. Coming up, we'll get to our post-game show, or post-match show. We'll name you our wrestler of the match, that and more, and let you know what's going on with some of the other scores across the Class A and the Class B side. The Lisbon Broncos with a 57-12 win over Kenmare Bull-Bellsburg Central, able to move on to the semifinals later today at 1 o'clock in the team duels. Right now, a 2-point takedown awarded here for Devin Halverson. Halverson continues to work on the side here of Aiden Thummel. As Halverson continue to ride out Aiden right now with 15 seconds remaining in this first period. And that looks like how we're going to end our first period. The 2-point takedown of Devin Halverson, the difference right now with 32 seconds remaining in the first period. Devin Halverson with a 2-0 advantage over Thummel going into period number 2. 3 matches in Class A at 152. 1 match between Century and West Fargo Cheyenne at 139. Starting in the down position will be Devin Halverson for Bismarck, while Aiden Thummel will start in the top position here in this second period. As Thummel working that right arm here against Halverson. As Thummel trying to work to that left knee here. As this one continues to come around. As Halverson trying to not allow Thummel to get that right leg across, as those two right legs are locked right now with each other. 45 seconds into this second period. These two have been pretty much almost exclusively right into the middle of the mat, as we will have a potentially dangerous move with 1:07 remaining in the second. Still 2-0 as Thummel will start again in the top position against Halverson. Grabbing the right ankle right now is Aiden Thummel, as Halverson comes across and gets a 2-point takedown then. As Thummel went for the left ankle, and then Halverson came right back around to earn the 2 points here with 35 seconds remaining on that reversal in this second period. So Halverson continue to ride out Thummel in the center of the mat. As Halverson pushes Thummel across, now we'll get near fall points, getting into a pinning position here with 14 seconds remaining in the second period. There it is. Devin Halverson wins via the fall over Aiden Thummel with 12 seconds remaining in the second period. The team score now goes up to 49-0. Bismarck High with the advantage. As we will make our way to 160 pounds. For Central Cass and the Bismarck High Demons. 4 weight classes remaining. 160, 172, 189, and 215. The next round will start on the boys' side. Also at 285. Well, the girls will start at 250 in the heavyweights. Here at 160 pounds, Tyrus Jangula of Bismarck High with a 2-point takedown of Adrian Ahrens. The opening 10 seconds, as Jangula has done for most of this duel. The Bismarck High Demons again working out in front. We saw Peyton Lamar work out in front early with a 2-0 advantage, but for the most part, that first takedown coming via the Bismarck High Demons is Jangula trying to earn some near-fall points, and he will get 2 near-fall points added to it. So you have a 2-point takedown with 2 on the near-fall. 4-0 Jangula over Ahrens 40 seconds into this first period. As they work to the edge of the mat, and they will blow the whistle out there. Starting in the down position will be Ahrens against Jangula. Jangula able to spin Ahrens around. And the center of the mat right now is Adrian, seeing Tyus work a little bit of that chicken wing on the left-hand side. 50 seconds remaining in this first period. Jangula trying not to allow Ahrens to get back to his base. Ahrens, that is, for Central Cass. And now Jangula got Ahrens across on his back. Near fall points coming as Jangula trying to earn the pin here on Ahrens as well. As they look across on the shoulder blades. And there's going to be the fall here for Bismarck High. Tyrus Jangula wins via the fall now at 55-0. Bismarck High with the advantage on our Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard. With 3 classes remaining as we go to 172 pounds here on mat number 4. Kate Olsen-Tinglestead here for Central Cass going up against James Nagel from Bismarck High. Only one duel is done so far of the 8 between the A and the B, and it was a 57-12 win for the Lisbon Broncos as the number 2 overall seed advances to the semifinals on the Class B side. Nagel and Olsen-Tinglestead here getting things going at 172 pounds. Olsen-Tinglestead and Nagel trying to change levels right now, but still locked up. A little hand fighting going on between the pair. They're going in for a single leg shot as Nagel trying to bring Kate Olsen-Tinglestead around and does get the 2-point takedown. Olsen-Tinglestead able to get back to his feet. Nagel working on the side of the mat here as they will go off the mat. It's a 2-0 advantage here for James Nagel over Olsen-Tinglestead. Starting in the down position will be Olsen-Tinglestead here for Central Cass against Nagel. As right now in the center of the mat. Working with it's going to be Nagel. Nagel. Continues to work up top on Olsen-Tinglestead as Olsen-Tinglestead trying to get back to his base, trying to roll over now Nagel, but Nagel gets right back on top in the center of the mat. 40 seconds remaining in the first period. 2-0. Nagel again with the advantage. As Nagel right now able to roll over Olsen-Tinglestead. And right now Olsen-Tinglestead Up top, works around, gets a 2-point reversal here for the Central Cass Squirrels, so we're tied at 2. Now Olson Tinglestead continue to work on Nagel. 13 seconds remaining here in the first period. As Olson Tinglestead pointing his weight on the upper back here of Nagel, and then we'll have a stalemate with 6 seconds remaining here in this first period. So starting in the down position will be James Nagel against Olson Tinglestead. As Olson Tinglestead we'll see a potentially dangerous, and that's how we'll end our first period. So after one period, it's James Nagel 2, Kate Olson Tinglestead 2 at 172 pounds. Is working with this. We'll start the second period with Nagel and Olson Tinglestead. As Olson Tinglestead and Nagel. A little bit more of a fist fight right now in terms of both have each other's fists locked and wrapped. They're trying to put some weight on the position to see if they can get that throw or that shot. As both release each other and get back to a neutral position here in the center of the mat. And back to some more wrist fighting, if you will. Both try to go for a quick little swipe of the leg at the same time. 50 seconds into this second period, still tied at 2. Those are right in front of the Central Cass bench right now. These two just kind of dancing around the mat a little bit, all tied up. There's a 2-point takedown that would have been a takedown, but that goes well off the side of the mat into some of the photographers here and some of the videographers. As Kate Olson Tinglestead was able to finish that throw off Nagel, but that went off this side of the mat here. One looks to be all right, just wasn't expecting the throw coming there. It's now for Nagel and Olson Tinglestead. Go a little bit closer to where you report on the scores table. Now back to the middle of the mat. Again, just a lot of two heads locked up, kind of like two rams going at each other right now. Neither given that space to give the chance for a shot going down and work down to the mat. This has been a tightly contested match right from the start. A takedown here for Nagel in the first period, then a reversal with 18 seconds remaining in the first period for Olson Tinglestead. That's where you have our 2-2 score, and that's where we'll go to the third period. Tied at 2 here at 172 pounds. Two minutes remaining here in the third period, tied at 2. As right up top again will be Nagel. And we'll have a potentially dangerous the first 5 seconds of the period. As Olson Tinglestead again will work in the down position. So James Nagel of Bismarck High and Olson Tinglestead trying to see who gets that next escape or takedown. That might do it. Our points have been hard to come by here in this weight class at 172 pounds. As James Nagel right now continues to work on Olson Tinglestead. Up top. He's working with it up top here is going to be Nagel. Olson Tinglestead trying to come across on the spin. Nagel still has his hands across. As now you're going to have it back up top with Nagel. Nagel able to throw Olson Tinglestead back to the mat as Olson Tinglestead was trying to get into a standing position here as Olson Tinglestead Till's trying to get to a standing position here with 60 seconds remaining in the third period. Again, escape here for Kate Olson Tinglestead could be the difference in this one and give Central Cass their first points of this duel on the team side. James Nagel sees Olsen Tinglestead work up top. Now Olsen Tinglestead has the full weight of Nagel almost nearly on the front end of his back to the head area. 30 seconds remaining in the second period. Tied at 2. As Nagel trying to work the arm bar right now and use that chicken wing, and we have potentially dangerous with 20 seconds remaining in the third period. So tied at 2 apiece here. As starting on the bottom position will be Olsen Tinglestead against James Nagel. So Nagel works up top on Olsen Tinglestead. Olsen Tinglestead trying to get out of the grasp again of Nagel. Nagel throws him back down to the mat. Nagel works on top of Olsen Tinglestead, and we're going to have another potentially dangerous with 1 second remaining as the officials will talk it over and see if this is a penalty. If it is, it will be a point awarded to Olsen Tinglestead to make it a 3-2 lead for Olsen Tinglestead with 1 second remaining. The entire Central Cass bench came across on their feet asking for that penalty to be called, and that's literally 1 second remaining here in this third period. So officials having a long conversation about it, understanding that if you do give the point to Kate Olsen Tinglestead, it would be a 3-2 advantage here for Olsen Tinglestead then. And they will award the point to Olsen Tinglestead here to make it now 3-2 with 1 second remaining in the third. As they will start in the bottom position here for Olsen Tinglestead with Nagel. Nagel starts things off, and that's how we'll end. So picking up the decision win here for Central Cass. And earning 3 points on the team score is Kate Olsen Tinglestead here from the Central Cass Squirrels. As they're able to take it now at 3-2 as we work our way now to 189 pounds. So at 189 pounds here. And then to 215. And that'll finish off the quarterfinals. As again, Bismarck High will be advancing to the semifinals later today. Those semis will get underway at 1. Well, for Central Cass Squirrels, they will go to the 11:30 consolation semifinals. As coming back onto the mat right now, we'll go to 189 pounds here for Central Cass and the Bismarck High Demons as the officials talking it over with the coaching staff here at Bismarck for that last penalty and why the point was given to Kate Olsen Tinglestead. As you have LJ from Bismarck High going up against Kaden Graber from Central Cass. This again at 189 pounds. 55-3 is your team score. Trying to spin across here is Graber on LJ. We will get a 2-point takedown right off the bat here for LJ against Graber. As they quickly get back to the center of the mat to start with LJ on top. And as we've said for the majority of this duel, the Bismarck High Demons working out in front now in a cradle position. Here is LJ against Graber. Gets the near fall and then finishes with the pin. 31 seconds into the first period. LJ from Bismarck High earns the fall to make it 61-3. And for one more weight class here as we go to 215 pounds. And this will be our final weight class of this Class A quarterfinal round duel. As I'll see Bismarck High and Central Cass get ready for this final weight class with Mitchell Melander of Central Cass going up against Bridger Owens of Bismarck High. That's again our final duel at our final weight class at 215 pounds. As Dickinson advances with a 51-18 win over Fargo Davies. Century and West Fargo Cheyenne at 23-21 right now. as you get a near 2-point takedown coming here for Bridger Owens, and they will give him the 2-point takedown against Melander as they work off the mat. And Williston and Devils Lake currently 49-12 at 189 pounds. With it up top is Bridger Owens with a 2-0 advantage. Bridger continuing to work a little bit, riding out Mitchell Melander right now. As Melander trying to avoid any near fall points coming for Bridger on that bottom position. As Bridger working a little bit of that crossface right now, able to get Mitchell Melander over into a pinning position. Melander working and spreading his way to the side of the mat to not get pinned. There's 3 near fall points coming, and they will go to the side of the mat, and 3 near fall points will be awarded here to Bridger Owens of Bismarck High. So 5-0 now for Bridger Owens as Melander will start in the bottom position. Melander able to spin, looking for the reversal. But Bridger Owens doesn't allow it, now working those underhooks a little bit on Melander here. Owens off to the side of the mat, bringing Melander a little bit closer into the middle. Looking to see if he can roll Melander over as he did earlier with those 3 near fall points. Melander trying his best with that upper arm strength, not trying to get Bridger Owens to bring him across, but Bridger Owens able to do so with the fall, and that'll do it. Bridger Owens wins via the fall in the final on our Golden Harvest Tim Cassette Seed Sales scoreboard, 67-3 Bismarck High over the Central Cass Squirrels. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get to our Wrestler of the Match. That and more here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
As we come back here, let's take a look at the other brackets. Again, a winner, Dickinson 51-18 over Fargo Davies. So Dickinson and Bismarck High will square off at 1 o'clock in the semis, while Davies and Central Cass will square off at 11:30 in the consolation semifinals. West Fargo, Cheyenne, and Bismarck Century. It's currently 23-21 Cheyenne with 4 weight classes remaining. And then you also have Devils Lake and Williston. And currently right now, the Williston Coyotes out in front 52-12. So the West looking for the sweep here today in the Class A portion of the bracket. On the Class B portion of the bracket, Lisbon with the 57-12 win over Kenmare Bullbells. New Salem, Almont, and South Border currently underway with 4 weight classes remaining. South Border 28-19. That's the 3 seed of South Border out in front. And then the bottom half of the Class B bracket, Northern Lights, the 4 seed, defeats Killdeer 43-27. And Velva and Carrington, it's Velva 27-6 against the Carrington Cardinals, and they have 5 weight classes remaining over on that side of the bracket. As we get to our post-match show here, let's go over the recap here of this one. Again, in this duel between Central Cass and the Bismarck High Demons, it started with an Aiden Schlafman fall over Jennings here of Central Cass, make it 6-0. Cade Newsman able to do the same over John Call at the 2:17 mark. Colton Ireland over Carter Savvy here with 1:59 remaining. And then Caden Ingberg with 3:24 via the fall to make it 24-0 at that time over Quickschreiber. Ben DeForest with a decision win over Peterson, 7-1. Then Halverson, Egberg able to pick up 2 falls. Landon McMahon of Bismarck High over Hunter Parisian with a major decision win at 12-1. Devin Halverson of Bismarck High over Aiden Thummel via the fall at 3:48. The same for Tyrus Jangula over Aarons via the fall. And then you had Kate Olson Tinglestead pick up the lone win for Central Cass with the decision at 3-2. LJ over Kanan Graber via the fall, and then Bridger Owens of Bismarck High winner via the fall over Mitchell Melander as well. As we get to our Enbridge Energy Wrestler of the Match, go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life Tanks Energy, go to Enbridge.com. That's LJ here for Bismarck High winner via the fall in 37 seconds. He's a perfect 70, now 7-0 on the season with 58 pins. LJ from the Bismarck High Demons, your state champ from last night, as well as our Enbridge Energy Wrestler of the Match here in this one. Again, go to enbridge.com for career opportunities. And our Nordic Enterprises feature precision move of the match. Well, for Kate Olsen-Tingleston, able to pick up the 3-2 decision win. That's how we will have it here, able to do so with the 3-2 decision win at the very end. He is our Arctic Enterprises feature precision wrestler of the match here for the Central Cass Squirrels, picking up the first points ever on the dual side for Central Cass, with this being their first year in the Class A duel. So for the Central Cass Squirrels, we will have simultaneous coverage wrestling. Again, Arctic Enterprises with locations in Hillsborough and Drayton. For more information, visit planterdoc.com. Central Cass Squirrels will square off with Dickinson a little bit later on, while on the opposite side, the Central Cass Boys will go up against Fargo Davies. We will have that simultaneous coverage for you here on yourliveevent.com. Lisbon will be making their way to the semifinals against either South Border or New Salem Alma. Join us at 11:30 roughly for our next coverage here on yourliveevent.com from the State Wrestling Tournament.